Hey guys, I'm Rhonda from Mrs. Green, and today it's time for another round of Crafty Hangouts. Our sponsor this month, once again, is Online Labels, which has made me really excited because last time they sponsored a hangout, there were way too many choices. It's almost overwhelming how many different kinds of labels they have on their site, and there were so many ones I wanted to try, but I didn't get a chance last time. So this time I knew exactly what I was going for. I got these metallic, ooh, see, it's kind of shiny. I got silver and gold, and these are actually, the whole sheet is, I don't know if you can see that very well, but the whole sheet is one giant label. So basically the entire sheet is peel and stick except for a little border around the outside edge, which I thought had a lot of really fun possibilities. These are laser labels, so you have to make sure you have access to a laser printer to use them. I actually used them on a laser photocopier and enlarged this beautiful photo of my grandmother when she was 16 years old. I did one in sepia on the gold, and then I did it in black and white on the silver. And in the, it's kind of hard to, yeah, the reflective is hard on camera. It's very, very shiny. It definitely looks like it's, and this reminded me of the old Tintype photos. Tintype is one of the original forms of photography where they would actually print the photos directly onto a very thin piece of metal, which is a really great look for when you're doing vintage photos like this one. So I used this here to make this beautiful Trinket memento box that I'm going to be giving my mother for Christmas because my grandmother passed away this year. So this is going to be for my mom. So if you're watching this video, Mom, act surprised when I give it to you. I'm going to show you how I made this. I started out with a plain one of these paper mache boxes. You can pick these up at the craft store for, depending on the size and the shape, like the $3 to $5 range on average. I think this one was about $3.50 or so, something like that. I went with the octagonal box because I wanted something a little different. And we're going to put the photo on the lid of the box. Now, because this is peel and stick, this is literally as easy as sticking a sticker. The trickiest thing is getting it centered. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this giant sticker of Grandma's photo. And take my lid here, and I am going to just line it up so that Grandma's face is pretty well in the middle here. And there we go. And you can see, just sort of stuck it to the lid. Now I'm going to very gently work any bubbles out and wrinkles on the surface here so that this is nice and smooth. And then we are going to fold the edges over. We're going to go one edge at a time. We're going to fold this around. And then I'm going to trim off some excess here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of excess. I need enough to wrap all the way around, but I don't need all of this. So I'm going to trim off a little bit of that excess and just tuck like so. Now I'm going to move to the next side here, fold that over, and again, give this a trim, and fold it down. Now you don't have to worry about being exactly precise because we are actually going to cover all of these raw edges. You can see this doesn't quite go far enough to wrap all the way down. Don't worry about it, we're covering that up. You just want to make sure that it goes at least to the point where it can wrap around a little bit around the edge. This one will be my shortest one here, but even that is enough. Just as long as that metallic part gets around the edge and onto the side. 2 more sides to go here. The sides that have more excess are a little trickier. You might just kind of have to just play with them and finagle them. You get them so that Everything is folded down flat with no wrinkles. That is important. No wrinkles. Trim this side. And one more side. Folding and trimming. So this is the most tedious part, but as you can see, even as tedious as this part of the project is, this really isn't hard. It's a super, super easy project. And it looks way harder when you finish it up than it was for you to actually make. So it's impressive results for not a whole lot of work. All right, here we go. There is Grandma on the box lid. Now you want to make sure that we finish everything else nicely. As you can see, the outside edge doesn't look as pretty as it could. So I took some satin ribbon. This is just satin ribbon from the dollar store. And I put it all the way around the top edge on the outside edge to finish that up. And then I made a row around that with these pretty gemstones. They come in a big sheet. I just cut them into strips. So I just cut off one strip and go around as far as I could go, cut off another strip, keep going until I got all the way around. So, and then on the top edge, you can see I've got some more rhinestones. Those were, again, they're a different kind of rhinestone, but the same idea. They come in like a sheet and you just cut them into strips. And these actually, I wasn't too sure about the adhesive on them. It seemed like it was going to peel off of the smooth metallic surface. So I put a little bead of glue on the back of it. Even though it was self-adhesive, I still glued it because, yeah, I don't like things to fall apart. So I did that, and then I still needed a little something on the front, so I put down this one side. You can see there's sort of this dark line where the edge of the photo is. So I took and covered up that line with some of this really pretty lacy ribbon. I really like this stuff. So I used a little bit of that down the side here. Again, just cut and glue. And then this little thinking of you on the bottom, that is actually from this set of stickers that I picked up at the dollar store out of the arts and crafts stuff and the scrapbooking things. So super duper easy. These, again, they were peel and stick, but they have little, like you can see, they've got like a foam. How well you can see that. They've got like little padded foam adhesive things. I peeled those right off and glued them directly to the lid because I wanted to make sure that they didn't fall apart or fall off. And I trust glue a lot more than I trust peel and stick adhesive in most cases. Some of it's really good, but these came from the dollar store. For the rest of the box, I just took my plain craft paper box and I painted this one using a pearlescent white paint, so it gets some of that nice sheen to kind of tie it in with the metallic lid. And then I took more of that other ribbon, that lacy ribbon, and just did a row of it around the bottom side, just to kind of tie the bottom and the top. The inside is lined with felt. I used actually my second box that I have, because I'm going to make a second one of these to give to my cousin. So Gina, if you're watching, be surprised too. So I took my extra box and I used it as a template to trace a piece for the bottom, and I glued that in, and then I measured the height of the sides and I cut strips and I just glued them. I just used tacky glue and just glued this all to the inside, so it has a nice finished inside. Also on the inside of the lid, I painted that with the pearlescent white paint as well, get that nice pretty sheen. And then the edge inside of here, I wanted to cover up all of, you can see when you fold in the edges of the sticker, you can see I kind of have some loose edges of sticker hanging out there. I wanted to make sure that those were covered up too. So I just took my paper cutter and cut strips of this nice pretty blue paper that coordinates with my color scheme. I just cut a couple of very thin strips of it, and I glued that around the inside edge. I thought about using the ribbon, but this particular paper was actually a little bit lighter weight. I didn't want to add too much thickness around the inside of the edge of the lid because otherwise I was afraid it might make the lid not fit the box right. So it is a little bit tight, even just that paper, but it fits, so that's all that matters. And that is how I made this beautiful box for my mom featuring my grandma. I love it. I really hope she's probably going to cry when she sees it. So before you watch this video, I should have warned you to grab a Kleenex, Mom. I'm sorry. I hope you like it. If you enjoyed this project, make sure you check out onlinelabels.com. They have a ton of different really cool stuff that you can print on. So many possibilities for these really cool metallic labels. I love it. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to distress it a little, I don't know how well you can see, I kind of took in a few areas around the outside edges. I made careful not to distress on her face. I didn't want to mess up Grandma's beautiful complexion. So I did take, and if you take something that's mildly abrasive and you rub it very lightly, you can sort of get that old scratchy, just sort of a distressed look, so that if this were actually an original Tintype photo, it would probably not be in perfect condition. So I gave it just enough, little bit of distressing to make it look like it's kind of been around a while. So yeah, make sure you check out Online Labels. They have these awesome metallic labels in a ton of different shapes and sizes. And I actually bought some that are these little teeny tiny, they're like labels for an SD card. And they're in the metallic too. And I'm really excited about those. I think I'm going to use them to make some sort of like seals for my Christmas cards. So cool. I had no idea that metallic labels existed. So if you enjoyed this project, make sure you check out craftyhangouts.com. A bunch of other girls there this week, and a couple guys now, I think, too. We're growing. We have so many new people at Crafty Hangouts doing so many cool things. So you'll definitely want to check that out because there's a bunch more really awesome label projects going on, tons of great holiday gift ideas. And make sure you check out my blog, Mrs. Green. Find this project on my blog because we also have a giveaway going. So make sure you go check that out. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Stay crafty.